Teddy covers 17-7 last 10 days, all sports. MLB is off to a red hot start. Let's talk about the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves. Huge game in the West, like huge game. Who would have thunk? But the Western Conference, I can't remember this many teams bunched up there. And it's kind of crazy. You go back to January, Memphis beat the Timberwolves twice, both by 2 points. How big do those two games loom right now? What are we doing with this game? This is one of the bigger games we're going to have towards the end of the season.
Sure. So right now in the Western Conference, the number 3 seed currently is the LA Lakers at 49-31. The number 8 seed is Minnesota at 46-33. There's not a lot of room between the 3 seed and the 8 seed in the Western Conference. And obviously with these two teams, Minnesota sitting at 46-33, Memphis sitting at 47-32, this game has enormous implications for who's going to play who in the first round, who's going to get home court, who's going to have to play in the play-in game. All that being said, seeding is never a motivator in the NBA. Never. You know, Memphis got to win 3 straight games to clinch to avoid the play-in tournament. So there's urgency for Memphis. There's just as much urgency for Minnesota. All right, we'll talk about it. But there's some funny quotes from Memphis, the interim head coach, Thomas Yassalo. You know, we're in a tough battle with some other teams. And I couldn't ask for more than our guys are doing everything they can. They keep working at a time to secure the best possible seeding. Of course, they were in a 1-7 slide when Taylor Jenkins got fired. They're 3-0 the last 3. Who'd they beat? They won at Miami. Good win. They won at Detroit. Good win. They beat Charlotte. No big deal. So they won 3 in a row. Yassalo. It's hard to say if we're peaking or not. I think we're playing very solid basketball at the moment. That being said, I'm going to call it a huge injury, but the injury to Jalen Wells the other night, who broke his wrist and was laying on the floor for 8 minutes and delayed the game, that's an impact injury in the sense of he's not going to factor into the point spread. Wells has been an elite defender for that team, and he started 74 games. All right, and he's been guarding the opponent's leading scorer or best offensive player. I think it's an impact injury, and it's an injury the markets aren't necessarily going to pay a bunch of attention to. Before I talk about Minnesota here, I do want to concur with what Andy was saying. We appreciate the likes very much. We appreciate the comments very much. We appreciate the follows very much. And of course, we do got a special offer available right now on my page. Talked about how I'm running good across sports. We're running good in the NBA. We're running good at MLB. Every day, every play for the next 365 days. All access. $99 a month. You can get that right now, wt.buzz/TC. And that will get you literally every play every day through next April in every sport that I release. wt.buzz/TC. So we got the T-Wolves coming off about a crushing of losses you're going to have. They had a 24-point lead with 10 minutes to play, and then meltdown city. The Bucks scored 40 points in the fourth quarter. The T-Wolves, I think they had 5 in the first 2 minutes. They had a 3-pointer and a 2-pointer, and then they proceeded to score 8 the rest of the quarter. And lost at home by 7 in a game they led by 24 with 7 to play. All right, they had won 5 straight games prior to that. And again, nothing to be too excited about. Philly, Brooklyn, Phoenix, Denver by 1 in overtime, Detroit in a flat spot after beating the Cavs. But coming off that loss, how does Minnesota react? Well, Coach Chris Finch, we got to shake it off. I'm very confident we'll be able to fight back. We didn't expect to go undefeated over our last 10 games. We have to get the ones that are there to be gotten. Anthony Edwards. We're good. I mean, it's a part of the game. Of course, we didn't want to lose, but we can't be in bad spirits because we know we win. We know we need to win the next one. Minnesota's the better of these two teams. I think the Wells injury matters. If I'm playing, I'm laying. It's T-Wolves or pass for this better. I do think Minnesota is the better squad, and I'm certain there's a sense of urgency after the debacle in the fourth quarter the other night.